Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, we knew sooner or later the nice weather would come to an end, and boy, it sure has, to say the least. Snow is falling around the area and quite heavy, and would not even mention the strong winds, making travel quite difficult around the area. And so now we have to start thinking about the impacts, the long-lasting impacts that this storm is going to have. With the amount of snow that's going to be on the ice, it's going to make things difficult, to say the least, at least into this weekend. We'll have to see what next week holds. But before the storm, boy, a lot of people were able to get out and enjoy the nice weather this weekend. A lot of people were out looking for some perch, and a lot of people went to one lake in particular. We'll talk about that here shortly. But as far as the walleye bite is concerned, that's been kind of on and again, off again. The lakes up in the northeastern part of the state that produced walleyes this past week included Bitter, and the better bite seems to be later in the afternoon into the evening and overnight hours, as far as the quality fish anyway. Opitz, Indian Springs, again, Indian Springs, better bite towards evening and into the overnight hours. Wabe, Dry Lake by Clark, Goose, also Grass Lake produced a few walleyes, as well as Minnewaska, Stink, Pius, Reed, and then also North and South Rush. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes have produced walleyes, and again, a little bit more hit and miss down here. Thompson, Dry Lake by Whittle Lake, Ponset, Whitewood, Sinai, 81 Ponds, East Oakwood, and then also Fish Lake, Island, Twin, and remember, Twin is the trophy lake, and then also Vermilion. Now, what have people been using to catch the walleyes this past week? Pretty much the same stuff. When it comes to a little bit tougher bite, the flutter spoons have been working well, like the VMC Tingler, the Clam Leech flutter spoon's been working well. More aggressive bite, the Buckshot Rattle Spoon seems to be doing well as the Rapala Rip and Wrap. So again, keep that in mind this upcoming week when you do go out. And now as far as the perch bite is concerned, a lot of people are out looking for that South Dakota Gold, and a lot of people congregated to one main lake, and that's been Marsh Lake up by Hayti. It was like a small city up there, I guess, by Saturday afternoon as well as Sunday. Nice quality perch being caught there. It's just whether or not you want to put up with the crowds. And it'll be interesting to see how long that bite lasts. It's been going for quite a while. We've been kind of keeping away from that, trying to keep the crowd away from that lake so it wouldn't be hit too hard, but word's gotten out in other sources. But other lakes that produce perch include Big Stone, Bitter, Wabe, Lamb, Stink, Dry Lake by Clark, also Dry Lake by Whittle Lake, Thompson, and then also Pickerel, Ponset, and 81 Ponds. And a few lakes have also been producing some really nice crappies lately. Minnewaska, as well as Pickerel, and then Thompson have been doing quite well. What have you guys been doing to catch the panfish lately? A lot of clam drop jigs have been really going out of the store. The custom jigs and spins, Check Eye tungsten jig has also been working well. The Acme tungsten Castmasters, the purple color, it really seems like a purple color has been working well this past week. And then also a few Kender and then also Widowmaker tungsten jigs have been working well, tipped with waxworms or maggots. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about using plastics. We don't talk about that too often in the wintertime, but there is a place and time to use plastics. Obviously, during the ice and really all year long, I prefer live bait. Obviously, I sell it, so that's what I'm going to typically use. But I will always have plastics just in case the live bait doesn't do the trick. And during the ice season, it's no different. This year, there's a number of different companies out there with different types of plastics out there. Always Clam has their Mackie versions of plastics. And right now, it seems with the perch bite, it's been more of let's say, a critter type of bait, a critter type of plastic. And the Jamie's been working really well. You just put that on any type of jig and let it hit the bottom, and those perch are going down there picking it up right off the bottom. Another one very close to that is the Crazy Critter from Euro Tackle. Again, very good. The color hasn't really made a huge difference, to say the least. But with something new on the market, we talked about this late last fall when we were dealing with the perch bite around the area, is the Z-Man Micro Finesse Plastics. And this is the Larvae Z. This is, again, a very popular plastic, but it's a little bit larger version of the other plastic. So it's a little bit larger than what most people are accustomed to using, and it's been working quite well, to say the least. Again, so if you haven't seen these Z-Man Micro Finesse Plastics, come on in the store, take a look at them. But with all these plastics, the nice thing about them is that they never go bad. And so if you use them, they don't work, guess what? You throw them in your tackle box and you can use them the next time. So again, they're always a nice backup just in case if live bait doesn't work. But again, stop on by and check out these new Z-Man Micro Finesse Plastics. I don't think you'll be disappointed. And now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send it to me. Send it to Todd@DakotaAngler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And folks, besides coming into the store, a great way to stay up to date with all the latest happenings here at Dakota Angler is through our social media feeds and also our website. Our website is DakotaAngler.com, and so anything you see in our store, you can also order online as well. And you can also do that through Facebook as well, and other social media feeds such as Instagram. You can also shop with us there, and also a great way to stay up to date with us as well as Snapchat. So again, a number of different ways to stay up to date with the latest happenings here at the store. Well, folks, if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to give us a call at 605-336-9132. And that's this week's version of the Dakota Angler Fishing Report for Dakota Angler. I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. And again, thanks for watching, folks. Stay healthy, and folks, stay safe during this storm.